Yeah, I thought it was a very physical game. We wanted it to be, and obviously I'm sure they did too. I think in the third quarter it got a little bit away from us. They turned up the pressure a little bit, got a couple of turnovers, put pressure and things of that nature. But you know, those guys individually are just super, super talented basketball players. They probably play, you know, with Team Loaded or whoever their AAU affiliation is. They probably play more basketball than most kids get an opportunity to play. So, you know, I'll take my kids from Scott County and Gay City, Virginia. We'll play them or anybody else at the time. But, you know, the TSSAA, they've kind of done something about this whole Anthony Hardaway type thing, and that's what's going on here with John Marshall. I don't care what division they're in. I'd like to see where those guys were born and where they've been raised. I'm certain not all of them live in the John Marshall attendance area. And you can print that if you want. But I'm super proud of the fight that our guys gave. I've been told by 2 or 3 different folks that are in this area that they've not seen anybody fighting like that. So, super proud of them. And I'm not speaking bad of John Marshall's players. They are excellent. They're just a different level of player. And nobody else in AA has a team like that. So, coronavirus was one day late for us, I guess.
How were you feeling early with the lead, Scott? Early off, were you feeling good with the lead?
No, me personally, I feel like we could beat them. We got played them 10 times and beat them once. I was hoping this was the one time. You know, I feel good about our chances of scoring. I just didn't know if we could last for 4 quarters because they have so much skill depth. It's not that they have more depth than we do, but their depth is skill. You know, they shoot it. A lot of them shoot it as well as Brad shoots it. So, yeah, hey, it was a task that we were up for. I wasn't surprised we were in. I honestly thought we'd beat them today. And that's these guys. I mean, all year long, that's how we play. I learned a long time ago, if you go in thinking you can, you're not going to. So that's kind of where we were. We felt like we were going to be.
You guys are on this great run. It's tough to just kind of run into a buzz out of there at the end against a team like that.
It is, but you know, we saw it coming last year when they dropped to 2A, which I don't know how they count numbers now. I have no idea how that team's 2A. But again, I think everybody's afraid to say it. I'm not afraid to say it. But, you know, the Team Loaded connection, we had 2 players. And I think Brad even played with Team Loaded. Those are great guys. It's a great organization, but it's so attractive. You get them in, and then they become part of your student body. I don't understand that. And if somebody wants to explain it to me and show me that those guys grew up in that community and went through their feeder schools and became a John Marshall freshman, hey, I'll shut my mouth. But somebody's got to tell the truth about it. You know? And I don't care to tell the truth. I've been here long enough. Get in trouble, get in trouble. You know, I think Radford and Gay City the other night, and you throw East Rock. I've seen the East Rock game. They crushed East Rock. You know, you throw those teams in, there's your 2A, in my opinion, public school championship. And yeah, it is kind of aggravating. And, you know, we work our butts off. These guys work their tails off at a small, tiny school in Gay City, Virginia, to get here, and places that have money and do all this stuff, and they get these kids. And if I'm wrong, I would like someone to correct me. But I'd like to see where those guys went to feeder schools at.
21-6 in the third quarter. It looked like you guys' legs were kind of heavy. Is that kind of from that 2-day turnout?
Yeah, sure. No, it was from the pace of play, I think. We're okay with a 2-day. Those guys are, man, did you see them? They were trapping. They were moving. They were tipping. They were very good basketball players, and they caused us to be in chaos the whole game. So I think that was the leg issue. He don't come out of the game, he don't come out of the game. And so I think that's part of it. It could have been today. I don't know. I'm super proud of our guys. And honestly, their guys too. They have a bright future. Big man's going to go into big things. And I'm a fan of his. And I'm going to be a fan of his. Wheeler's an awesome player. And I'll say this too. They played on the floor with great character and class. I didn't see any negative, nasty stuff from either team. I thought it was a great physical, not trash talk game. It was good. It was a good game.
How would you explain the character of your program, the way you've been on this run, continuing to get to this stage?
Yeah. And I wouldn't want to offend any of my former players by saying this, but they know my heart. They know what I mean. This group of seniors probably stretched it and did some things that I've never had a group do. You know, you graduate 2 Division I players, and they're starting for their respective schools, and now everybody's thinking, well, Gate City's going to, you know, in our league, we're picked second in the conference, you know, so we don't talk about that. These guys think about it, but, you know, we could probably care less who picks who in the conference. And they're already talking next year who's going to win the conference, and we're not in that discussion. But I think the history of our program, I think our kids are going to show up in the fall and the summer, whenever, start working. So I think it is a thing about character. It's a thing about community. We live in a special community. We're hated by a bunch of folks down our way, and that's okay. We really don't care. But in our community, our kids are loved, and they're loved deeply. So that you show up at a game and the gym's packed, and you're going to work your butt off to get back. So that's kind of where we are, and I think that these guys have experienced it. We've had several guys that could have transferred and went to Christ School, or went here and went there over the past, whether it's Mac or Zachary. One of these guys, him for baseball, you know. I know that some places ran his ear for baseball, so it's not even a question for our guys. They're like, you're crazy, I'm not leaving. Now that makes me, how much more proud can you be, you know? So if you're part of us, you understand. If you're not, you probably don't get it. We just live in a special place, and I'm not surprised that we're here. I think everybody else might be, but I'm really proud of our guys.
Coach, do you think, did John Marshall break rules, or are you saying?
No. I'm not saying, no,
split?
sir. I do not think that. I do not think that. No. I'm just saying nobody wants to say it. You know, there's a feeder program going on in Team Loaded. My guys played for Team Loaded. I don't care to talk about it. Those guys are not all, there's no, you show me where they went to elementary school. Our guys go through our feeder program.
So you think they just found a way to legally
I'm sure
exploit?
they found a way to do it, and they're winning. They're going to continue to win. And I don't care what classification they go to, they're going to continue to win until somebody says something. You know, you can have your AAU stuff, but when it's affiliated with a high school team, I'm not sure it's not illegal. I mean, there's no rule. It's just not.
What needs to be changed, do you think, to make it a more equitable system?
Research the Tennessee High School League, TSSAA, Anthony Hardaway. You look it up.
Brad, how has this run been for you and your class?
You know, it's been just as special as 2018 was. You know, and you know, me and Mike were shooting at his house in the driveway, talking about playing for a state championship when we were seniors, not knowing what we were going to do in 2018. So, you know, it's been expected for a long time from ourselves, and I wouldn't want to do it in any other community.
What did getting that experience at an early age as a sophomore, how did that kind of help to change the rest of your high school career?
Oh yeah, today I was not near as nervous as I was in 2018. You know, we had 2 Division I players to rely on a lot, especially me. And you know, so today I let everyone else kind of lean on me, or that's what I was trying to portray to them. But it was a great game, and I wouldn't want it to go any other way.
How were you feeling at halftime, John? How were y'all feeling at halftime?
We were confident. We're always confident in our abilities and our toughness. And we just had to go back out and fight.
They just picked up the pace on defense in the third quarter, was it?
I mean, they just came with the traps, with the pressure, and got to us a little bit.
Scott, do you think were you worried about the game being canceled due to all the, you know, all the things happening around the country?
We contemplated saying we weren't going to play out here. I'm kidding. You know, no, absolutely not. I think once we got here, our fans got here, people got here, I mean, you're kind of obligated to. I think the Virginia High School League they make good decisions. So I think to get these 2 in and then to look for that safety. So we really didn't think that way. It was a little bit weird when we're getting ready and we hear that 3, 4, 5, and 6 are canceling. So we're like, that's kind of strange. But, you know, I talked to our assistants and we were like, what do y'all think? And one of them said, I'd rather go home either state champion or runner-up. He said, forget this co-champ stuff. So I kind of feel that way too. I like to play on the floor. At the end of the game, at the end of the day, it's a game played by young men and young ladies. You know, we all celebrate the victories and we think about the losses, but it doesn't define who we are. Neither, you know, the state championship doesn't define us if you're a state champion. It should. You know, neither should a state runner-up. You know, we're a bunch of kids who fought hard, come a little short, but we're going to walk out with our head high. We're not going to be frowning.
You guys were happy that you were able to go out and take the court one more time?
Yeah, absolutely. We want to play. None of us want to not play.
How about you guys, Brad, I mean, to be able to play this last game? Some other players were kind of mad on Twitter. Were you happy to be able to have this one last game?
Oh yeah, I didn't want Radford to be my last game. You know, I wanted to play here at the Siegel Center. We try to finish off like we did in 18, but yeah, I wanted to play for sure.
What about you, John?
I also want to play. Nobody wants to be co-champs. I mean, either you want to win or you're going to lose. There should be a sure champ.
Anything else?